are on location at Southeast Junior High, and I'm with the amazing Chelsea Sims.
Hi.
We are here to highlight a project that Chelsea students did called Build a Better Book. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So Build a Better Book is part of a project done at the University of Colorado in Boulder. And they applied for a National Science Foundation grant, and so they've been working on this project for a couple years now. I discovered them at ISTE in Chicago, and they were seeking out specifically librarians to work with their project to grow their project. And so it's focused on making books and stories more accessible for people who are blind or visually impaired. So we spent 2 days learning about how to use a variety of materials to make things more tactile for students mainly, but for anyone. And so we did a whole bunch of different projects that center on textures and just thinking differently about accessibility and about books.
Which is so cool. Like, in this episode, we could not contain all of the different layers and parts of it, so you'll actually find a link to a playlist of some of the different amazing things that Chelsea students did, like creating tactile match game cards. And I think probably one of the most impressive things was your students were actually learning how to write Braille.
Yes.
Like, that's a very impressive skill that not many junior high students do.
It was pretty incredible how quickly some of them caught on to it. Not only are you trying to figure out the system of Braille, but when you actually are writing it by hand with the system, you have to do it backwards. So they were having to learn a language, backwards and something they've never used before. So it was really impressive to see them try that out.
Super impressive. There's lots of layers to this. The main part that you're going to see the students explain and talk about is their tactile fable, right?
Yes.
So what was the premise or the prompt for that?
This is their activity is just called Feel a Fable, and it's taking a really short story and turning it into something that could be interacted with tactile.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying. So like this one was city mouse, town mouse, country mouse, and so we had smooth things for the city and rougher things for the country, and so students had to think about what are the most important elements of the story and how would you make them make sense to someone who couldn't see them.
I love the connection to empathy with all of this, of getting especially junior high students to think about a very specific audience and creating and making something for them, which is so cool.
Yeah, and empathy is a huge piece of this, and it's been really cool to see that grow in them.
Yeah. So we invite you to take up this month's challenge to create something that can come to life by a different sense, right? So in this particular situation, bringing it to life through touch rather than through sight. And we would love to see what you make. We're going to share lots of resources from Chelsea's group, as well as links to Build a Better Book, and we hope that you have fun making.
We're making a tactile book, so you can read it by feeling and not necessarily like with your eyes, because some people can't. So that's kind of what this workshop is about. So the story is that a crab is walking along a beach, and he sees his friend Lobster on a boat, and he's like, I want to get on that boat. So they don't realize, however, that it's kind of stormy out, and so they get on the boat. They're having a great time, and then the boat starts to sink. And they're like, oh no, we gotta get off of here. But then they have a good time on the ocean floor because they're ocean animals. We're learning about making tactile stuff for people who can't see.
Like making books more accessible, and also for this one of the challenges was to make the things feel like what they're supposed to be. So like the lobster and the crab are made of spoons, because when you feel it, it's shiny, sort of like the shell. And then we have sandpaper for the sand, and then tissue paper for the clouds, and you can kind of feel the rain. And for the water, it's plastic with plastic inside it, because we thought that kind of felt a little bit like waves.
It has a sound too, right?
Yeah, that's something too. That's not
feeling
really
and the sound.
necessary. And then the rain clouds also kind of make a scrunchy rain-ish sound.
The googly eyes. Can't hear them right now,
Yeah,
but the googly eyes kind of make
a sound too.
sound.
I don't think you'll be able to hear
I don't think I can hear that right there. I don't know why.
it. Yeah.
we kind of got to work together on something that was fun, but also we're learning about something that's really important.
And it was interesting to think of, like, not just
What it looks like,
but how things look, but also the challenge of making it look good and feel like the thing that it's supposed to look like was really interesting.